Junkin' Fool over here in Portville too. Well, I've been working on the old Chevy here. '07 Chevy Silverado, and I haven't drove it in a few months. Then broke down. It wouldn't go in the park. And so I bought this new cable. This one was sprayed real bad. And I thought, well, that needs a cable. So the truck's pretty rusty. So I bought the new cable. I think I actually cut this one because I was going to replace it. It was like over $100. Looked around at the scrapyard. I didn't see anything. It comes in two pieces, and I knew I needed the back piece, so I bought the whole thing. I'll put that on. I can't get it to go in the park. I've adjusted it at least 50 times. Looked on the internet, and see, that's a different right there than what I got on here now. I looked on the internet, and they say that sometimes it's the column transmission module. I bought that. Well, actually, my old one had a broken spring in it. Shut that door. My old one had a broken spring in it, so I replaced this thing here. You can see it up in there. They gave me a discount at the dealership, a mechanic's discount. $130. They was ringing it up at like almost $180. I said, do I get a mechanic's discount? I said, I got my license and everything, which I do. I didn't have it with me. And he said, yeah, I'll hook you up. So I got it for $130 something. Saved about $45. So that's the new cable hooks to that. Well, I still can't get it to go into park. I can do it manually. If I'm right under by the transmission, it'll slide in. So I got a new cable. There's a better view of it. That thing right there is new. The parts store didn't have them. It was a dealership item. A pain to put in there. And then I was watching another video, and they said sometimes, the guy showed his vehicle, they said sometimes you have the bolt, the nut inside the transmission oil pan will come loose. And I've had a couple issues with that happening before, not on I think it was actually a Ford, in drag, so it won't allow you to shift it. So I decided to pull the pan off. That all looked good. And I've been messing around with this thing, and I'm turning grayer than I was when I started. And I actually forgot I had the oil pan off and I started it, but I still got to put the pan back on. I'm going to change the filter and screen right where I'm under here. But yeah, right where that hooks to the tranny, I can, it's, all the gears are there. I can actually work it from the cable inside. But I can't get park without crawling under here manually or having the shifter unhooked and pulling it with my hands. So, what do I do next? I don't know. I'm almost thinking they defected that cable. That's the only thing I can figure. I put everything there is, then checked everything that I can think of. Even there's a couple other things, safety devices I've checked. There's a plane flying over. Yeah, I caught all my oil until I forgot and started it real quick to see if the battery still had juice in it. It was pretty much dead when I first started it. Oil pan's pretty clean. I guess I'm gonna change a tranny fluid and put a new gasket on it, which is a pain. There's a muffler's in the way, exhaust. You almost need to pull that up. Somehow I'm gonna have to. What I do is I get crazy glue. I'm gonna get a new gasket, but I get crazy glue when these things are wanting to move, and I'm gonna crazy glue that all the way around so I don't have to fight with that. It'll stay on there when I get around doing it. And got a little magnet in there to catch any debris. I'm not seeing no shavings, but the tranny's fine. The thing is, I was going to sell this. It's got some rust on it. It's got some rust underneath, but it drives good. I was wanting to sell it, and I was wanting to fix it up a little bit. Look at all them pan bolts. So I got to give this one a break for a couple of days before I get a couple gallons of gas and torch it. No, I don't have full coverage on it. No, I won't do that. It's just pretty frustrating. That's the way things go. That's why I like working on this stuff. This stuff's still frustrating too, but they had all the simple stuff. Everything was easier back in the day. I'm going to put the pan gasket back on there, get a new one probably tomorrow or in the next few days, get some clean ATF in there. I'm going to just move it and put it off to the side where I can start it. And got a little bit of my floor cleaned up here. Some of the oil from this beast here. Anyway, I guess not really complaining. Things happen. Things wear out. Hold on, I want to show you something else. Okay, there you're back. So I bought this tow dolly from Marketplace. Ended up being a guy I bought that Opal from and bus from, and he's a fellow scrapper. He gets a lot of stuff and resells it. But this ought to be fun. I've had these before. I haven't really even looked at it too much. I gotta buy straps for it. Oil that up. Oil everything up. The pivot part is seized up on it. This is the good fender. This one needs a little work. I gave $200 for it. That's actually on there solid. It's just half gone. I got a fender around someplace. I was gonna see what size tires these were. 14. 205 75 14. So this will swivel once I undo that little bracket thing there and slide it forward. I got to get a drop hitch for my truck because I was bringing it home and it was wanting to rub. Yeah, at first I thought this was bent, but it's just the swivel part that makes it look like that, I believe. At least I hope so. I think it is. I think it'll be alright. I got to get some oxygen. I'll get in there and heat this up under here. Maybe I'll say I'll get it all painted up and everything, but whether I ever do, I don't know. I could pull that bowl off and slide that piece right off and clean it up and grease it up. Or I could heat the heck out of it and get a come along on there and see if I could free it up. He had two of them about the same shape. Well, he just sold the one before I got there. He just posted a bunch of stuff. Anyway, yeah, I don't have the straps. I looked on Amazon. You can get them for about $40-50. I'll check these out because you can buy them too. I'll make sure them are good. And then I'll unseize that and get some lights on it. And so these you don't have to have plates for. Like if you're pulling one of these down the road, you don't need license plates. You just work off your truck plate, or like same with a log splitter. You don't have to have plates. Once I get the bugs worked out of it, I'll get some new ratchets or wheel straps for it. Yeah, something else I wanted to check. I was watching a video. I watch a lot of videos, a lot of car videos. Usually it's whatever project I'm working on. There's the old skid steer. It's still functioning. It's getting a little beat up, but I got it to use. I need to put a wheel bearing in this side and sprocket. Anyway, I was watching a video and the guy was looking at a tag on a Mercedes saying the valve adjustment was right on the tag. There's a tag, but it ain't got one on that one. I was gonna look see if there's another tag on here. And there probably ain't. I was trying to figure out what the valves adjusted on this engine. This diesel Mercedes engine there. Right there. I did a video, but I think I did a little bit more tearing down on this. I pulled the the power steering off of this, and a front mount that I probably won't use, and a few other things. Pulled the glow plugs out so I could roll it around. From what I understand, they're supposed to have 350 and above compression. Stuck the valve cover back on here. So that's what I got to do. I've got to set the valves in it. I can set them cold. Get that going and get back on the Corvair here. I'm going to clean the spot to put it in here. We're going to paint that one all up, or power wash it. I won't paint the aluminum parts. But get it painted, whatever I can, maybe the black, and before I put it in anything. If anybody knows what's wrong with that truck, what it could possibly be. I almost think they made a defective cable, but I thought that before on stuff, and it wasn't that, but I'm confused. Thanks for stopping by the State of Confusion. Have a great day. Goodbye now.